Morning guys. So, day two, technically first full day in Athens. Yesterday got in sort of mid-afternoon, super long day. I was up for probably 12 hours before I'd even got to Athens. Lasted as long as I could during the day, took a nice long walk. There'll probably be a little bit of the footage of what I saw yesterday, but had a great meal at a really sort of homely taverna. It was very much like it was their living room with a few tables. There'll be a video probably just dedicated to the meal there, and a few bits sort of on the way and on the way back from. Just absolutely, like if you're craving real Greek food, then that is definitely the place to go. It is homely, it is really tasty, the portions are massive, as you will see in the video. So day two today, I'm going to try and get some shots at the acropolis of the city and a few other things to kind of get some filming for some filler, some B-roll. And then after that it is into the main area, so Monastiraki Square, that kind of area, and we will be eating what we can. I think today is going to probably be a little bit of the traditional stuff, so maybe see if we can get some bugatsa. It might be a bit later in the day that I'm eating, so it may be a bit late for some bugatsa because it's traditionally for breakfast, which is just like layers and layers of phyllo with butter, and then it's filled with like a thick custard, basically, topped with more phyllo, loads of powdered sugar. Also like loukoumades, maybe a couple of pita-gyros. Then be out for dinner tonight. There is a taverna that I want to go to that it specializes in lamb by the kilo, so it may be that we hit one of them up as well. And then yeah, kind of today is just skirting the main sort of touristy areas, a couple of places that I want to hit up for you guys and for me and my stomach. And yeah, so we'll get into it. We'll see what we find out today. So we are about halfway up to the entrance to the acropolis. It is one hell of a workout. Obviously you see the pictures a bit high up above the city, but it really is a slog. So anyone that has difficulty sort of getting about, I'd certainly recommend taking the metro. The metro stops quite near to it, but you will miss views of little churches and amazing buildings like this one if you skip the walk. I think I'm going the wrong way. However, I did see a video say that on the opposite side of the acropolis there's like an entrance at the back, so I can see a lift on a wall behind me, so I'm kind of hoping that it's a shortcut, but the reality is it could probably take me twice as long to get there, so we'll see what happens. So we are currently in the neighbourhood of Anafiatiki. I'll double check the pronunciation. But you have little narrow steps like this all around the buildings, which is your access point to go through. I'm trying to be really quiet so as not to disturb the people living here. It's Anafiottika is the name of the place, and it is very narrow and hilly, and apparently so this is a region of the city that is very similar to the islands, how they're made up and how they operate. So yeah, sorry, I stopped filming because there was a lot of people making a lot of noise up there, and I wanted to be respectful of the locals. but Anaphiotica looks like different parts of different islands like Corfu, Thessaloniki. You've got the white buildings, the blue roofs. Now, the reason it looks like that is because when islanders came over to Athens to work and to set up roots, they actually built the area in the only way they knew how, which is similar to how they build on the islands, which is why you'll find them all close together, real narrow streets and narrow staircases to get through the buildings. But yeah, it's a hell of a climb. You can probably hear that I am out of breath and sweating. I'm lucky that it is overcast today with a few spots of rain in the air to help keep me cool, but there is more liquid running down my forehead than there is in the air, so hopefully it will rain a little bit more. Limera. So first food stop of the day is Kostas for a gyros. In fact, I think it's a souvlaki pita that they do. So it's just in the square, just off the main walking strip. So a lovely little square. So we're going to go in and get one and see how it goes. So first stop today, we have here a kalamaki pita. So that is a pork souvlaki pita, and straight off, Kostas is like famous around all YouTube bloggers. Everybody that comes here goes to Kostas. So I'm here to see what the hype is. They use heavy, like stainless steel cast iron weights. They look like gold, but they're not. Just to press down on that grill to get all that caramelization on the pork, and obviously you can see the pork is nicely cooked. It comes with French fries, usually fresh tomato. I'm not a fan of the fresh tomato, so I took it out. Onions with parsley, and then they use a tomato sauce rather than a tzatziki in it. So I've been really excited about this bite, so here we go. That bread is like super soft, super doughy. Absolutely delicious. And very salty, but not too much. Like, you can certainly tell there's a lot of salt in there. A little spice in that tomato sauce. Crunch and freshness from the onions, potato chips. Chips, if you will, are delicious. Excuse me. I just dropped my napkin. But that is a phenomenal bite of food. If I ate nothing else in Athens except that taverna yesterday and these, I would be a very, very, very happy man. And only €3. With a Coke it was $4.20. So to put that into context, this whole pita was €1.50 cheaper than the water bottle that I had at the Acropolis. Out, because when you walk in, you're not allowed to bring liquids in, you have to throw them away, and then there's nowhere that I saw up there to buy drinks. So as soon as I got down, I was really thirsty, so I stopped and got a bottle of water. A single bottle of water was €4.50. So perhaps that should be my scale. Percentage cheaper per souvlaki gyros than the water in Athens, in the Acropolis. I think that could be the most expensive bottle of water I've ever had. So I'm going to finish this, take another little walk, maybe get a frappe, And then just around the corner there is Lucamades, and I think we might be stopping there next. So next up is going to be here, Lucamades. They do authentic Greek style donuts. Now they do a variation. So obviously the donuts here and the Lucamades in general, traditionally it is a cinnamon and honey based flavor. But the Lucamades shop actually does loads and loads of different flavors. So like a pistachio butter, Nutella. So we're gonna go get something a bit untraditional with this one. But we have another place we're going to go to that is traditional that we will visit on the next day or two. So this one's going to be the quirky one and slightly unoriginal, but certainly, or not unoriginal, very original. And yeah, let's see what we can get. So, for anyone that knows me and has seen my Greenwich video, they will know that I had some Greek donuts when I was there called Lucamades. Now Lucamades are traditionally, as I said at the beginning, are traditionally just a fried dough with a cinnamon and sugar. But the ones that I've ordered here have been filled with the cream that they put in a bugazza. So a bugazza is thin layers of pastry, phyllo, that's filled with this thick custard, topped with more phyllo. So I've gone for bugazza filled Lucamades, topped with cinnamon and sugar powder. So I'm trying my hardest not to do any jokes about balls in my mouth and creamy filling, but by saying that I'm trying not to is probably kind of just done it for me. So okay, they're not too hot, which is great because you're not burning the mouth. You're not burning the mouth off you straight away. They're super crunchy still. Tastes a little bit like a fairground donut that you have as a kid. Really, really filled with that bugazza cream. And it's so airy, so it's really crispy, but it's so airy that when you bite, it just kind of collapses, and then the cream bursts into your mouth. I can hear one of you laughing. Stop it. But they are ridiculously good. Only like €4.50 with a filling. I think they're about €3 if you just get them plain. But honest to God, you cannot come to Athens without eating these. Greece is just my idea of food heaven. It's fresh, it's thoughtful, it's homely, it's rich, it's salty. A lot of it's designed to eat on the go. There may not be a lot of food markets here, but there's a lot of places where you just stop and grab something and kind of eat it along the road, which is ideal for me, who's just literally following my feet and walking miles and miles and miles until I find something to eat. So yeah, epic.